Hello. It's September 14th, 2024, and thought I would do an entryway pavilion update. Beautiful sunny day. Get that nice sun up there. Rich blue sky. And as you can see, we are on the roof right now. That's the project that we're working on. And I'm working in from both sides and installing the roof planks. Now to review, these are 3x6 boards, nominal, which means they actually measure about 5.5 by 2.5. And if you zoom in real close, you can actually see the double tongue and the double groove on each of the boards. These things are very, very strong. I think the unsupported span on these is rated somewhere around at least 4 feet. Might even be up to 6 feet. So I didn't know what kind of roofing I was going to use when I put in the framing. And the framing, as you can see, it's less than 2 feet between each of the rafters. So there's way too much rafter to roof strength ratio, but that's okay because this is going to be here a long time, hopefully long past I'm gone anyways. But these things are so strong that I could probably take out this supporting beam right there. Not that I would, of course, and I'll bet you just the strength of those boards alone will be enough to hold up the rafters. It's been said that I should be using heavy nails to hold those in. But what I've been using instead are these. Sorry for the dirty hand. I just got through mowing the lawn. I guess I should wash my hands first. But I'm actually using these strong tie. These are from Simpson. And they're 5-inch screws. This is 2.5 inches, 3-inch nominal. And this is 6-inch nominal, but actually it's about 5.5 or so. And these are 5-inch screws. So you figure they go in like that and they dig in about 2.5 inches of grip. These things are very, very strong. And if you put in enough of them, it should more than be equivalent to the shear strength of heavy nails. And between each of the boards, you actually have to use these. I think they're 8-inch spikes or so. So you have these, of course, going with the groove side first and the tongue side sticking out. As you can see, I have the 2 tongues cut off here. And then you pre-drill, and then this goes through there. And you install one of these every, it's not rocket science. They say 10 inches. I think that's way overkill. Sometimes I'll do it 10 inches. Sometimes it'll be every, 2 feet. It depending upon how easy it is to get. Matter of fact, if you zoom in, you can actually see a couple of the heads right there. I have this sticking out unsupported on the front by just a little under 2 feet. It's a really nice look. It'll provide full protection against the boards which stick out front. And when I'm done with this, I will probably run the saw down the edge once, take off about 1/4 inch, and then cap it with maybe a 3-inch piece of PVC. I want the PVC to be just a little bit thicker than the board itself, but not too much more, because I really, really like the look of the boards sticking out like that unsupported. And now this is that time of the year where bees tend to be very, very flirtatious, and I obviously have a little bit of a bee phobia. It has slow because just getting up there has been difficult. There hasn't been enough boards yet for me to actually sit up there. I'm almost getting to that point and work up there. But because of the spacing between the rafters, it's difficult for me to get up there. And I haven't been able to use the step ladder until now because, remember, there's a big indent on the side of this platform here. So I have had to use the extension ladder and lean that up against the side. So it's been difficult. Now you can see, because I got these at salvage, I didn't really have enough boards to do the full roof with those 3x6s. So I actually need to improvise. So on the ends, you can see I have to take 2x, I have to cut it and I'm gonna have to top it with something else to be an additional inch. Probably gonna use 5/4 inch pressure treated decking board on top of that to give it the full height. But I used a small router bit to sort of give it that V groove edge, to give a bit of the V groove on the on this side that I improvised. So you really can't tell. And I'm gonna need to repeat that little trick again at the peak, because I won't have enough 3x6 boards to reach all the way up to the peak. I'm gonna be about 8 inches short of being able to reach the peak. But again, I'll improvise. And if you use the right router bit, nobody will know. And inside the garage, this is what you need to do. All the boards, again, they were pre-cut. I have to label all of them. I had to come up with a strategy of exactly, which board is going to go where, because you don't want, the seams. You want the seams to be staggered, even though they're going to be hidden behind a rafter, just for the purposes of strength. So you have to come up with that whole strategy. And each of these, I use a bin coat, and then, as I did a video short the other day, a very, very thick coat of Fresh Start from Benjamin Moore. You can see the can down there. Let it dry. Give it about at least 24 hours. I got caught up in things, so these have been drying now for about 3 days. And then use about a 220 grit sandpaper. Smooth these down. Make sure there's no garbage in the groove. That's going to be a problem when you're putting them on. And then I do about 2 coats of paint on top. No matter how hard you try, you're going to ding them up a little bit when putting them in place. Maybe you'll punch a screw through in the wrong area. It's just bound to happen. So, do the best you can, but expect that you're going to ding them up a little bit. But it's a whole lot easier to fix a few dings after they're in place than it is to do all of the work that, I've shown here after they've been installed. That's just an enormous pain. So this is definitely the right way to go. Anyways, September 14th, 2024. This is an update. Love you guys very much. Love you, May May.